Hello, Mrs. Smith's class. This is Mr. Williams. I'm here to kind of talk to you about the next item that you guys are going to be working on over the next couple days in your class while Mrs. Smith is out, and that is the city-state diagram. And basically, we're going to kind of talk through it, give you guys some examples of what's going on with it, and go from there. Let's go ahead and start looking at the project here. After going through the information, you'll be creating a city-state diagram of a city-state that might be similar to the city-states that we have discussed in class. A definition, an example of a city-state is in the textbook that is in your classroom on pages 124 and 125 of what a city-state is, and also gives you guys an example of what a city-state looks like. Your diagram, you will need to draw and label all of the items, make a rough draft in your notebook, and then use plain white paper for your final draft. So you guys are going to need the following things within your city-state, and this is a checklist for you guys to use. You guys can use this column, and you guys will see that it says Williams check. This will be Mrs. Smith's Miss Smith's checklist for her to check off and see if you guys did those things. So basically, what you guys want to do is include in here is the Tigris or Euphrates rivers. You can't include both because they're not close enough together in order for you to put them into one city-state. You'll need to put an example of city walls that were used to protect the people, a ziggurat, which hopefully by now you know is the temple that's usually found in the center of a city-state. Choose a god to protect your city from the state or city-state from those that were provided in the god or goddess web quest, or you can look them up online as well too. An example of polytheism. So what I tell my classes is that maybe you chose the god of the sun or whomever to be the god of your city-state, but you need to pray to the god of the crops or water in order to help have a good harvest for that season in order to help survive. An example of a priest, the division of labor, in which you must include 3 different jobs besides the priests. So there would be a grand total of 4 different jobs that you will show for sure in your city-state. An example of cuneiform, I always talk to my kids in my class and tell them that they can put them on cuneiform on signs, on the side of the buildings, on the side of the ziggurat, somewhere in which you can see that being listed out there. Irrigation canals that will connect to the much larger river, a surplus of food, an example of the use of the wheel, social divisions. This was probably going to be really easily taken care of with the division of labor because most of the time people were divided out based on their jobs. And then, of course, the domestication of crops and animals. Everything needs to be neat and in color, and make sure that you guys are taking your time with it and working really, really diligently on it. It should be a pretty simple process for you to understand and get done. You guys just need to put some time and effort into it and make sure that you guys get this project done. So if you guys have any questions, you can email Miss Smith with them, and she can get back in touch with you while she's out. If not, you can save them for next week when she comes back, I believe on Monday. All right, well, I will, or you can come talk to Mr. Williams, who is the social studies teacher on the Franklin team, or Mrs. Kadzicki, who is the social studies teacher on the Hanover team. All right, so if you guys have any questions, let us know.